Sup guys, I'm AUSSIE Metalhead. I'm doing 150 classic albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing Patreon requests and new releases. And I just came off of doing Frost Children, which reminded me a tiny bit of Daine, and it made me realize I haven't done any Daine reactions, and I haven't listened to much of Daine's music, despite the fact that I have a decent affinity for their everything that they do. To give a tiny bit of backstory, I'm a massive fan of Bring Horizon, one of the only artists I listened to before doing this channel, and I started this channel to delve into like new artists and classic works because I never heard like Nirvana for the first time and stuff like that, right? And I absolutely love Bring Horizon. And Daine opened up for them in 2024, and it stuck with me. I've gone to maybe like 50 concerts, and Daine is, as an artist, like stuck out to me the most because she was incredibly sick, and it was raining, and her concert outfit didn't look too warm, and she still powered all the way through, and her music was pretty cool. So I ended up checking out some of her stuff, like 2023 mixtapes, or EPs and stuff like that, and I thought it was really cool because it's a bit emo, cloud rappy sort of stuff, which I enjoyed listening to. It was basically only like Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, and me listening to like Lil Peep and Kill Station and stuff like that. So listen, and Lil Bo Weep, and I loved that. I loved it, and now Daine is doing a lot of stuff with like Nina Geraci and all of these like newer electronic people, and I don't know, they just seem, I don't know, they were very young, and they opened for Bring Me Horizon, did a really fucking good job, and I just thought it was really commendable. And then also, I saw on like Twitter, from like an interview and stuff like that, that she is mostly like self-funded, where like a lot of people, there's like a nepo. She spoke about how like there's a lot of nepo babies in the industry, and she doesn't have that luxury, which made me, I don't know, I want to make sure that I check out her music and stuff like that because of that. So that's all of backstory as to why I want to do this, because I haven't heard anything really of her music, of recent stuff, because it is quite different from the stuff that I heard, which was a lot more emo rappy, cloud rappy sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm curious to see her pivot, and I know that she has a studio album coming out. So yeah, I know this is a lead single off of that, I think. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I saw clips of them playing. I'm sorry to pause and all that. I saw clips of them playing live with like Nina Geraci, and it was very much like dance music. And it looked like incredible fun to be at those concerts. So I was expecting more in that vein, I guess. But like these verses kind of feel like they do have a through line with what she was originally making. Also, I don't know who are their pronouns, so it could be they, them, she, they. I'm not sure, so I'll switch to using they, them. But yeah, they I know the lyrics here and everything, the verse and stuff like that, feel like there's a bit more of a through line to their previous work than I kind of anticipated from like the concert clips that I saw, which is cool. I love it. That was so seamless as well. It came out of nowhere, but it didn't feel disjointed. I liked it. Look at chorus. It's actually one thing that I think is like kind of cool. Makes me more excited for the debut studio album. I was always going to check it out, and I assumed I was going to like it because I did like Nina Geraci stuff. I liked the Frost Children thing, project that just came out. I like Jane River. I like all of that sort of stuff. And Slater, I enjoyed a lot too. So I expected the studio album, I was probably going to like it, but this makes me more excited for it because there's even Kim Petras as another one. Like there's a lot of artists that are doing like this electro uh wave, I guess, of like electropop, and they're kind of, if I'm being honest, keeping up the entire music industry at the moment because most mainstream artists are fumbling it hard. But I am more excited now because the flavor of this track has a bit more roots with that emo sort of stuff, emo rap stuff, lyrically and all of that, which makes me, I don't know, excited that the new album isn't going to be just bangers. Like it's going to have a bit more of a vulnerability or something like that. It's not going to be. I enjoy all of the albums I mentioned. They're my favorite albums of this year, but those are like incredibly fun albums. But then it's like, oh, I'm now kind of expecting that the studio album is not going to be such a massive departure from the previous work that she's done, which I liked. I kind of expected to have like probably a decent amount of vulnerable tracks and lyricism and stuff like that, which I think will be a cool thing because I feel like that's an avenue that I guess like she could take that would make her have like a very unique aspect of it, like aspect of, I don't know, this new music wave. Like she would be able to carve out her own lane if she tied those two things together, and she kind of is even on this lead single, which I think is like really fucking cool. Mm. Mm. It's so cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just to, I guess, reiterate though, I'm left with more excitement for the album because it feels like there's going to be more of an imprint of her on it than some other albums. Where like all of the albums have been really nice, and it's a nice wave of like music and genre and electropop, electroclash, all of that sort of stuff. And it sounds really amazing, and I'm enjoying listening to all of it. But the personal fingerprints of each artist is like not super apparent a lot of the time, like with every single one of them, if that makes sense. And I feel like with Daine here, kind of just, I had the feeling that I feel like her personal imprint's going to be on it when she releases her studio album. And I should have always expected that, if I'm being honest. Like seeing how she like tweets and everything like that, she very much feels principled, and has her own opinions. And I've seen like minor like little controversies because of stuff. She just speaks her mind, which I think is, I think it's just spaced. I think it's sick as fuck. Because I feel like there's a distinct lack of that in modern music, I think. Which is not meant to be like boomer take. It's just because I never had that until I started listening to this. But it's like there's not a lot of music that is talking about like current like political events or anything like that. Where like if I go back to do like classic albums from like, I don't know, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, it's always there. That's the essay on the where that's where that stems from. I'm not someone that like shits on Noah music because honestly, I fucking love all of the like the electropop music that's coming back and the Y2K sort of vibes. It's really sick. But yeah, if you haven't watched one of my videos before, this is weird because I usually do albums. So I usually just preamble at the start, but I do ratings on the side. These are my first listens. I listen to these projects or songs multiple times over, and yeah, I post them to album of the year, my Discord, all that stuff. Which my Discord is there. Haha. But yeah, I would give this a. I think it's like a pretty great song, like a 7.5, 8. But I'm more and my average rating is a 5 actually. So for the record, but yeah, I would say it's like a good to great track, and I don't know, I am very keen to see her future releases. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. I absolutely love you. Peace.